Oh, hey, Bo, thanks a lot for doing this. Really appreciate you joining us on Tim and Sid.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Thanks for having me.
As you could hear, and as we mentioned, not a bad start to your big league career. Obviously, growing up in the game as you did, you've probably pictured that. You've thought about that debut and that first series for a while. Did it live up to the 20 or so years of anticipation?
Yeah, man, it was awesome. Like the type of anxiousness I had on the flight to Kansas City and leading up to it and everything was, nothing I really could have imagined. So, I mean, an unbelievable time and just ready to get my career started now.
You mentioned the anxiousness. Who was more nervous, you or mom and dad watching?
I think I was definitely more nervous on the way there. When the game started, it was definitely them by far and away.
What's it like to share that kind of moment with your family and having your mom and dad on hand?
It was awesome. I mean, they've done everything for me. My dad spent so many hours in the cages with me on the field. My mom, I mean, she follows me around almost everywhere I go when I was in the minor leagues. So, they both, made so many sacrifices for me, taking time out of their days to help me, whenever I need it. So to have them both there watching has been everything for me.
I mentioned that we talked to you during that spring training series in Montreal with that big crowd and that big league feel. Do you feel like being a part of that spring training in Montreal got you prepared for that moment?
Yeah, for sure. I think I expected to kind of have like a bit of like an out-of-body experience, like not really be able to like, do what I was trying to get my body to do. But I really was calm out there in Kansas City. I felt like I belonged and everything. So I think that Montreal definitely helped with that.
Did your dad give you a piece of advice before the big league debut, or is he as nervous as you are? Because I know I'm nervous watching my son, and he's playing rookie ball. So did Dad give you advice, or did he just stand back and let it happen?
He kind of stood back and just watched it happen. Yeah. I mean, he gave me the whole congratulations, go do your thing. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really get any advice from him actually. Now that I think about it. And like you said, he was way more nervous than I was, so I don't even know if he could have given me advice.
People were excited, not just the fact that you were up, but the fact that all three of you are up together. The culmination of that group finally is being realized. When you guys came up through the minors, Kevin and Vladdy, did you have conversations about what this would be like when you were riding buses together?
Nothing in particular. I mean, yeah, we would talk about, it's going to be awesome. We're in the big leagues together. Can't wait for that. But, nothing in particular. Nothing about, the hotels are going to be cool or the plane rides. Nothing really about that. Just about how it'll be really cool when, all three of us realize our dreams. And, we're excited to kind of get the journey started and try and win some games.
What about your brother? Both Donnovan and I have great relationships with our brothers, and we've shared sports together over the years. What did your brother tell you? Because I know a lot of people think, you're born into this. Your dad was a big leaguer. It's easy to get there. Your brother, a first-round pick, has struggled to find his major league debut. Was there anything that you learned from him along the way that made your journey easier?
Yeah, my brother had a lot of anticipation for, his career, and he's super talented and he's a really good player. So to watch him not figure it out as quick, definitely I think maybe had more of an urgency on my career, kind of gave me a bit more focus knowing it's not going to be easy. And see the way that he handled it too was awesome. I mean, that gave me a lot of, I guess it wasn't advice, but a lot of things to see, how he handled it, went about it, and just continued to try and get better. So, learning from his career has been huge for me. And, he texted me, congratulations, I earned it and everything. Have his support is big.
Awesome.
Thing that me and my brother did when we were young, we played that game with our friends. My dad can beat up your dad. I think everyone played it at some point. In the clubhouse with a bunch of very famous dads. I think by far you've always won that game for your entire life, correct? My dad can beat up your dad. Your dad looks like he could still play.
Yeah, my dad can put up some weight in the weight room still, so he could probably hit it just as far as anybody, as any of us too on the field. So, you know, he used to come out of I know we're at Camden right now, and when I was younger, I was like 14, he came out on the field and was hitting one-handed homers. So, yeah, my dad's, he's kind of a freak still.
That is insane. As a dude that's tried to take batting practice before and was just happy if I got near the wall, for have someone come out and hit one-handed. Have the dads ever got together and, like, all three of you guys with all of the dads kind of sat down and had a conversation, or is that just something we would see from the outside and hope would happen?
Yeah, I don't think all three of them at the same time. I know that my dad and Craig have sat together at a couple of games, I think when we were in high A. And then my dad and Vlad Sr. were in a suite together during the low A home run derby. I'm not sure how much they talked, but you know, I know they were, you know, with each other. So I don't think all three at the same time, though.
There's some Jays fans that are obviously excited about the kids kind of getting the keys here. Vladdy Jr. and Visio, you could argue that you grew up with them in the minor leagues. What's the best thing about either one of those guys that fans don't know yet?
Oh, man, I don't know. I would say the obvious things are how hard they work, how much better both of them want to get. I don't really have a fun answer for you, but I think you see what you see. I mean, Vladdy's so upbeat and always smiling, and Kevin's very disciplined in what he does, almost like calculated in every decision he makes. So those are the best qualities of them in terms of baseball players.
When you're talking about working hard, yeah, no question. Talking about working hard to get this level, you had to work hard to show you could play at this level defensively. We always knew the bat would play. Is that really something that you've seen growth in, your ability with the glove?
Yeah, I've been so excited with improvements I've made this year. I mean, I've been making improvements every year, but this year really I think I took the biggest step in my career. You know, just being more consistent with every facet of defense. So I've worked really, really hard in season, off season, everything. So to finally say that I played shortstops in the big leagues is really cool, and hopefully I can continue to build on that and maybe win some awards one day.
Listen, a lot of Jays fans are kind of worried about the leadership in the clubhouse after a deadline that saw, like, Marcus Stroman go out and Aaron Sanchez go out. And a lot of them feel like the keys have been kind of handed over to the kids. Do you think that's happened in the clubhouse? And if so, do you feel like you guys are ready for taking on that kind of role in a big league clubhouse?
Well, I think that we still have some veteran leadership. I mean, in terms of the pitching side, you know, Ken Giles is here, and we got Smokey too. So Freddie, you know, we still got some. So I don't know if I would say we're ready for it. We need to learn a little bit more. You know, we need to kind of earn our stripes a little bit. But I think that you know, when that day comes, we will be ready, and hopefully it's soon. Hopefully we can kind of put our mark on the field and then start being leaders in the clubhouse. But for now, I think it's important for us to learn from Smokey, you know, Giles, Freddie, you know, all the older guys. So, or not older guys, but guys who have more time. So, you know, I think that's the first step. But I think that we're definitely positioned to be ready.
Well, lastly, before we let you go, the other thing you're ready for is a nickname. You guys need one. We put it out on the show earlier this week. Lots of people care about you and threw some out there. I don't know if you guys have one. If so, let us know. But we heard the Bee Gees, given, you know, the letters in your names.
Yeah, Gurriel works into that too.
Exactly. The Core Four, something Joe Siddle said. Dem Gene Boys, because you guys have great genes.
Spell out with a G. Jeans. Any of these working for you?
Do you like any? You look very unimpressed thus far. What do you have?
I don't know. Maybe we give some time and you know, wait for the perfect one, because I don't know about any of those.
So they suck, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, but like, this is part of the process, and I tend to agree.
I mean, they're yeah. I think they're thoughtful. You know, you Gene Boys, but I mean, we start calling ourselves that, we might regret it in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you thought you
solid point. Yeah.
Yeah, you put a lot of thought into it, though. The Gene, I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know if we want to call ourselves that.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. I think he's a very sharp young man.
Wise beyond his years.
Yeah, wise beyond.
Bo Bichette, he's already a veteran.
Bo, thanks for doing this. Always appreciate when you pop by, and let's do it again soon.
All right, guys, thanks for having me.